Morning everybody. I haven't done one of these in a while. Good news and bad news. I'll start with the bad news. There were several bits of bad news. Starmer has backtracked on reparations, so he's now lost his bottle in front of the Barbadian government, and is now hinting at the fact he might do it, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I won't even discuss it, to be fair, because I just think it's just another load of I don't know what. The most interesting one is Rachel Thieves, or Robber Reeves, or whatever you want to call her, or Lego Hair, as one commentator has called her, has decided that she's going to try and gerrymander the figures by redefining what debt is. I don't think she'll get far, because a proper economist will just shoot it down in flames. But it's obvious what her game is. She's trying to get it so she can borrow more money to spend on her mates in the union and what have you. And one bit of good news though is Labour seem to be backtracking, which they do on pretty much everything, on the smoking outdoor rule ban. They've now realised that will probably screw the hospitality industry, and it's a little bit unpopular. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Look, I'm a non-smoker. I hate people smoking near me. I think it stinks. I think the worst thing is now we smell more weed than you do cigarettes. I mean, bloody vapes. But I will fight. I would take up arms against anybody who'd stop you having the right to do so. That's up to you if you want to spend 15 quid on a packet of cigarettes that are killing you. That's not for me to say, or the government. The only thing I will say is we can all live in harmony, non-smokers and smokers. Just give us areas where we can escape either or. That's all you need to do. It never was that fucking complicated when they brought out the smoking ban in the pubs. I mean, all they had to do was employ people who smoke to work in the smoking areas, put extractor fans in them, made one side of the pub smoking and the other side non-smoking, and put a sealed door between them so that the smoke couldn't drift, and everybody would have been happy. The smokers wouldn't need to stand out in the rain, and the pub wouldn't have turned into a sort of like a desert, really, because I knew people who actually started to smoke cigars who were non-smokers from birth, purely so they didn't feel left out when their mates all went outside for a puff. So it sort of worked against people, really, there. So yeah, I'm quite pleased that Labour are now backtracking on that. I've just come back from Greece, and Greece is getting a little bit stricter now. That you can't just smoke anywhere in Greece now. But Spain, where I'm going to after Christmas, is getting very strict. A lot of the Balearic Islands now, in certain areas of Spain, they ban you smoking on the beach. You're not allowed to smoke on outside terraces anymore. So you can't just sit outside a cafe and have a fag. You literally have to sit on the side of the road in some places. And a lot of these large all-inclusive hotel complexes are banning smoking on the whole site. So you literally have to go out the front gate and go and stand on the side of the road. So yeah, at least we're not as draconian as that. So yeah, so that's a little bit good news. Not for the smokers, but for freedom. For freedom, and get rid of the nanny state, as they say, yeah? Mind you, they're still going to bring out other things, you know, and they're still going to kibosh us on whatever they can. And we got the dreaded budget next week. I think it's next Thursday, isn't it? I'm absolutely dreading that. So, clock's changed this weekend. It'll be nice. I'll be driving to work in daylight again. At the moment, all I can see is a load of bloody headlamps, and sitting at a junction near mine where I have to literally skew to one side and look in my mirror. So people who drive without lights, remember that, because people like me in a van, we can't look over our shoulder. We have to either go 90 degrees to the road, or we have to skew our vehicles around so we can use our side mirror. And if you ain't got lights on, especially in this sort of weather where it's damp and very, very dark, we literally cannot see you. So for the sake of turning your bloody headlamps on. Right, sorry about that. The weird thing about me is I'm actually allergic to candor, which cats produce, yeah, at certain times of the year. I get very snuffly and I get very throaty and chesty. And I own 2 cats, and they both think I'm like the best thing ever, and they sit all over me. And in the morning I'm sitting there having my coffee, I've got one on my shoulders, and I got one literally laying across my chest while I'm on my computer, purring. So, you know, so really I'm bringing it upon myself, but it doesn't offer a very good video experience really, because I'm coughing and spluttering at this time of day, but it doesn't matter. But I had to sort of say a few bits that I watch talk radio and listen to talk radio, and I watch other channels on YouTube. So you don't have to really. So, yeah. No, I just in the news. Yeah. Right. I'm going to have to sign off because things are getting busy along here now. See you later.